first thing I want to say that's really cool is that I got this little button. It's called an impulse. I don't know if you can see it too well. It's very small, but it actually will set my recorder on my phone. It's a Bluetooth device, so every time I push it, it'll start and stop video, or it will take photos. So, what I want to do is draw some of these characters and show you the process of deconstructing and reconstructing them. So we'll start off with a simple one first. As you can see this one. So this little octopus character up in the top left corner is labeled 416. And simply, if you start off with a circle, draw very lightly, and then just draw the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, he's got 8 legs. And I'm going to draw them a little differently than they have on here. And then there's 2 spots on his head. And he's got kind of a frumply mouth and 2 eyes that are set very wide. Not sure if you can see that really well. But all I'm going to do now is go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm going to have a little bit of fun with it. You can see from here that I didn't draw the legs the same way. This is where you can start to embellish and do what I call making it your own. So I'm going to add, starting at this limb right here, just going to draw the limb down. And I'm going to put a little bit of space in between. That's one of the things, one of the ways that I'm going to embellish this. And I'm not paying too close attention to the original sketch lines with regards to where I'm starting and stopping. Except that when I do this one, I'm going to go up like this, and then this leg is going to come back around this way so they can start looking like spaghetti. And I drew this line here because I want this one to be in shadow, because it's coming from behind. So have fun with this. But this is how I would construct today's daily drawing. It's a feature that I started a couple of years ago as a warm-up. But I wanted you to get an idea of how I use construction instead of just copying something. And this is a very common technique with regards to how cartoonists draw. Back in the old days of cameras, regular cameras, not digital cameras, back in the old days of cameras, cartoonists and illustrators would draw on paper with a blue pencil, and they were called blue lines. And then when the artwork was photographed for printing, they would photograph it with a black and white camera, and the blue lines wouldn't show up. So if you've ever seen any original comic book pages, and I'll show some examples on Google Classroom, but if you've ever seen any original comic book pages, they're always you can always see the blue line still. So I'm just adding very simple shading in here. And since he's round on this part, I'm going to add some shading there and a few over the top. So that's the daily drawing of the first illustration on this. I'm going to post a link to this also. This is called Create Box Monsters Under My Bed, and I got this on, actually it was a Google search, but it's on DeviantArt, which is blocked at school, but it might not be blocked at your house.